So this is going to be a quick video, and if you're going to buy a Tesla Model 3, use my referral code. Use that, and you get 1,000 miles of superchargers free if you buy a Tesla. Be great if Model 3. I will always buy Teslas from now on. Since I bought one Tesla, I will buy a Tesla guy. But there are some things that are kind of irritating. The first 6 are just really minute, but the last 2 are really things that I really have issues with this Tesla Model 3. I've had my Model 3 Tesla for a little over 6 months, and I have 11,000 miles on it. And to say I'm not ecstatic with this car is an understatement. Example, last night I just had a software upgrade and my display is totally different. I love my display now. It reads the speed limit signs much better. The autopilot is a lot better. So there's a lot of things that always are upgraded on this vehicle that you always feel like you get a new car every single time there's a software upgrade. But there are some things that I have issues with, and so these are my top 8 things I have issues with on my Model 3 Tesla Standard Plus. So I kind of ranked them 8 through 1, 8 being the least thing I hate and the 1 being the most thing I hate. So number 8 would be the autopilot. I love this autopilot, and I actually use it every single time I go to coach football just up the road, about 20 minutes, and I just double click it and let it go. But there are some things that have issues with out in the middle of nowhere. Sometimes it will stop and just kind of beep. It might recognize a car on the side of the road. So it's also extremely safe, a little too safe sometimes, such as when a car is stopping in front of me, I have to wait a long time before I accelerate, because it kind of turns the corner and then it has to wait and accelerate. So it is really, really safe, and sometimes too safe, and that's kind of annoying. Number 7 is handling the snow, and it's not bad. It's okay. It does tail every once in a while just because of rear wheel drive. If you got the all-wheel drive, I'm sure it would be much better. But the Standard Plus only has a rear-wheel drive, and so, but this vehicle is almost as heavy as a Ford F-150. So it's not awful, but it's okay. If I rank it 1 through 10, 10 being the best in the snow, it would probably be about a 7 or 7.5. Number 6 is night driving. It's very, very dark inside when you night drive. The Standard Plus doesn't have any footlights or any floor lights, and it's really kind of annoying that way. It's too dark sometimes, so I had to install some lights down there just to make it a little bit brighter. So it's a third-party installation, but it's still okay. I do like the simplicity of it, but it's just really, really dark, so if you drop something, you can't even find it. And when you turn the dome lights, it's still not really, really bright. You don't know how fast you're going sometimes. I mean, it's a good thing and a bad thing. The car is such a smooth driver that sometimes you just don't know how fast you're going. I mean, I was going 85 one time. I thought I was going 65. My wife, she's a very, very cautious, safe driver, sometimes too safe. And she'll be going 74 and then not even know it. Now, if you do autopilot, it'll make sure you don't go over a certain speed, of course. But again, that's just a little annoyance. Number 4 is floor mats. Don't come with a vehicle. A little irritated about that, but what's nice about it is you can get your own style floor mats. Don't buy the style that I bought. It looks good, especially in the summertime, but in the wintertime, as you can see, it just really shows a lot of dirt, shows a lot of hair, shows a lot of the, little tiny micro things on it. It just, I'm real picky with that. So if I were to do it again with the floor mats, I would buy rubber floor mats because it's easy clean. You just basically rinse them off with water. The internet, it says it's LTE. Very rarely do I ever get 3 bars, and you're seeing right now the speed with 3 bars. It's not very good. Usually I get 1 bar, if any bars at all, when I'm driving down the road. Now, I do live in the country. I don't live in a city, so I won't get the best reception, but man, my internet is so slow when I want to try to put up a weather forecast or maybe a Doppler radar so I can see what's going on in front of me. It just takes forever to load up. Number two is how easy it is to get in and out of the vehicle. I tell you what, this is one that I really get irritated about. It is so difficult getting in and out of this car. Now, I'm 52 years old, I'm 6 foot, and I'm a big guy. So yes, once I'm inside, I feel so comfortable here. I really do. It's a very nice seat. You can adjust it the way you like it. I really enjoy driving. I don't feel uncomfortable, but I tell you what, getting in and out is miserable. I mean, out of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, it's like a 2. I really don't like getting in and out of this vehicle. And the number one thing I hate the most about this vehicle is in the wintertime, this is my first winter with this vehicle, and I only get 230 miles, is the range loss. I tell you what, when it's snowy outside and when it's windy outside, I came back from Cleveland. It was about a 3-hour drive in a regular vehicle. It took about four hours because I had to stop, 4.5 hours because I had to stop and charge twice.
There's Sierra standing in her back, huddled because there's so much snow and frozenness. We're at the Tesla station. We're freezing. Here's the Tesla, and here's the wind coming at us at 150 miles an hour.
I mean, it was only 160 miles probably to go from my house to Cleveland, and man, it took me forever because I had a 50, 60 mile an hour wind at my face. I had the snow, it was blowing, it was icy. I was even drafting behind a semi, and I still could not get over 40% range. So to say that this range loss is very minute in the wintertime is an understatement. I mean, when you got the wind and you got the snow and you got a blizzard you're going through, you might as well make sure you understand you're only going to get like 30 or 40%, maybe 40 or 50%. So if you're thinking about going 200 miles, you better have 400 miles in your vehicle. If you're thinking about going 100 miles, you better have easily 200 to 250 miles in your vehicle.